Our title today is Where Do Numbers Live? Where do numbers live? Now again, a lot of what we talk about in the next few days might feel a little familiar, and that's okay. A little bit of familiarity is not a bad thing. If you feel like I'm talking about stuff that you already know, that's okay. That's awesome. Where do numbers live? Does anyone have any idea where numbers live? Where do numbers live? All right.
Ryan?
Okay, sure. Mason?
In your place.
What do you mean by that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They live in their place.
Oh, so there is a specific order to our numbers. They're not just all jumbled up.
Yeah.
Very nice. Connor, where do numbers live?
Numbers live like maybe like if you're counting, if they live inside the numbers, like when you get to 10, two numbers would have to work together in a specific place.
So it's not two numbers working together, it's two digits working together. Remember we talked about our digits beginning of the year? But yeah, depending on where our digits are, we have a different number. Maverick, where do numbers live? In the number bet, if we remember. Let's go ahead and do a quick refresher on what the number bet is, because I've heard it come up. If I am writing, you are writing. The number bet is just like our alphabet. Instead of being made of letters, it's not made of numbers, it's made of digits. There are 10 digits. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
No, numbers go on forever.
Those are our digits, just like these are our letters. Now, I can take any letter and build millions, trillions of words. I can take any digit and build infinity amount of numbers. So you're right, Bowen, numbers go on forever. But every single number is built with these digits. I can use these digits to build any number I want. Now, just like what Connor was saying, and some other, I can't remember who else was telling me this, but depending on where I put those digits, they have a different value. So if I put a 9 in the tens place, that means something different than if I put the 9 in the ones place. It's the same digit, but I moved it, kind of like our letters. If I think of the letters C, A, T, when I put those letters in that order, I get that word.
Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to?
Yep. But if I rearrange those letters and I put them in a different order,
you get cat.
I get a different word. The same is true for numbers, or for writing. I might have the number 123. But because those numbers are in a specific place, that's that specific value. If I rearrange it, I still use the same digits, but is that the same number?
No.
No, it's a different value.
13. But it's still the same.
It's the same digits, different number. Same letters, different word. Does that make sense a little bit?
Kind of.
Let's go back to our original question. Numbers live. A lot of you said counting. If you were to draw out what counting would look like, it would probably look like this. A number line. If you were to draw out what counting looked like, it would probably look like a number line. Just like what Mason was telling us earlier, our numbers are in a specific order. We don't just jumble them all up. They have a very specific order. And that order is counting by ones. Nope. Our numbers are arranged by ones. Now, we have the power to skip count, but that doesn't change the order of the numbers. So even if I skip count by twos, does that mean one just goes away?
No.
No, it's still there. We're just choosing to only say every skip count number. Marley, what's that?
And you also can't do like 1, 9, 4, 6, 10.
Yeah, we can't jumble them up. The numbers have order. We also see numbers. On a hundreds chart or a hundreds board. You've probably used hundreds charts a million times since being in kindergarten.
Yeah.
So when we think of numbers, we might think of them living on that hundreds chart. Today we're going to focus on a number line.
Yay.
I have very specific rules on how I want you to draw a number line. Look at your paper. You have already straight lines printed in your notebook. Do you see them?
Yeah.
You should have a pretty dark pink line on one side and then a lighter pink line on the other. Those pink lines are called margins. They're always going to be your stop and start. So when you draw a number line, you will always draw it pink line to pink line, tracing the very straight line that's already in your notebook. There is no reason for you to have a number line going sideways. You just got to trace the straight line that's already put in there. Go ahead and draw a number line, pink line to pink line, in your notebook.
How many numbers are not?
We haven't put on any numbers, we're just practicing the number line. Great question, Bowen.
We have it, so just do the lines.
These things at the end, I'm putting little lines at the end. These are called endpoints. Now, Bowen, do you think numbers end at an endpoint?
No.
No. However, it would be so hard to think of every single number in the world if you wanted to only focus on one number.
You want us to write it?
So we use a number line kind of like a zoom in.
Numbers never stop.
So if you imagine taking a picture of this classroom, but really the only thing you wanted to know was what was on my smartboard, you would zoom in. Our number lines are like that. They zoom in on just one section. Zoom in.
I wish my eyes could do that.
Me too. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
One section. So when we are doing our number line, I'm writing, that means you're writing, we're just zooming in on one section. There's a really good game on iReady Learning Games. I think it has a frog on it. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's called a frog. It's called Zoom.
Zoom. It's called Zoom. Perfect. So if you haven't played that game, it acts like you're zooming into one section of a number line.
And you're measuring things.
So I'm going to pretend that I'm going to zoom in to the sections that start at 20. Oh, thank you. And end at 30.
Already.
So that means that my endpoints start at 20 and end at 30. What numbers are also going to be on that number line? Archer? 10 is not going to be on that number line, nope. Think about what I've zoomed into. Paxton, what numbers might be on that number line? 21 is probably going to be there. Emma? 25 is probably going to be there. Colby? 29 is probably going to be there. Archer? 28 is going to be there. Ava?
29.
29. Yep. Marley?
20.
20 is already there. Julian? 27 is going to be there. Yep. I want to know about the number 25. So just like Mason told us earlier, our numbers have specific values. Those digits have to go in specific places. They also live in specific places on the number line. They're not all squished up on one side. There's equal spaces between our numbers. Specifically, a space of 1. If I'm going from 20 to 21, I took 1 step over. It doesn't make sense for me. Watch my steps. Ready? 20, 21, 22, 30. Does that make sense?
No, because you only
No, they are equal spaces apart. Let's write that underneath our number line. Each, whoops,
Like right under the line.
Yep.
Do I have to write this?
Yep.
Why?
Each number is equal spaces apart. Each number is equal spaces apart. What we're going to talk about today are some tricks that we can use to make sure that we're putting our number lines with the correct spacing. I'm going to write on my number line. Do not write what I write. This is what I see a lot of third graders do, and it's not correct, so don't write it. They start out, they say 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. What's wrong with that number line? I see this in third graders a lot. Callie, what's wrong with it?
They're not spaced apart.
They're not spaced apart equally. So today we're going to learn a trick to make sure that we get them spaced apart as equally as we can. My trick is to find the middle. Find the middle. My numbers are starting at 20 and ending at 30. What would be the middle number?
20.
Bowen?
25.
25. Bowen, how did you know that it was 25?
Because 5 is half of a 10. And they're 10 apart.
Bowen noticed, hey, 20 and 30 are 10 numbers apart. If I split that in half, I get to 5 numbers. So my middle is 25. Go ahead and put 25 in the middle on your number line. This has a special name. Just like these are called endpoints, this is called a midway point. A midway point. Go ahead and add the midway point of 25 to your number line. Now that we have our midway point, it's going to be a lot easier for you to put those numbers in with equal spaces. Go ahead and see if you can fill out the rest of your number line. 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29.
I didn't do it from 20 to 30.
Well, that's probably part of the problem. I want to know where the number 325 would go. So draw another number line. Remember, we draw pink line to pink line, tracing the blue line in our notebook. Go ahead and draw another number line. And I want the endpoints to be, let's say, 320
What?
to 330. So we've zoomed in. We're now looking at all the numbers. Our number line has zoomed in.
You just added 300.
So that we're looking at 320 to 330. What's that going on?
You just added a 100.
I did. Well, I added a few hundreds.
I mean 300.
Yeah, but I did that because I need us to realize that even though we're dealing with much bigger numbers, what's the difference between 320 and 330? How big is this gap?
10.
It's not so big.
It's 10.
Jordan, how many numbers is this between 320 and 330?
10.
Just 10 numbers. I'm writing, that means you should probably also be writing.
10 numbers. Come on, dude.
Bowen taught us a trick to find that midway point. We know our total distance is 10 numbers. What is half of 10 numbers? Reason? 5. So is my middle point just 5?
Yeah.
My middle
No,
point
it's
5?
300. No.
No, that wouldn't make sense for me to start
325.
at 320 and then get to 5. Mason, you know what my midway point is?
325.
325. Very good. 325.
That's 325.
But this time we're gonna start at 0 as one of my endpoints. Draw another number line in your notebook. And then we're gonna end at 100. So 0 to 100. Now we still need our midway point. What's the distance between 0 to 100? Texas? Nope. It would be 100. To find my midway point, I need to know what is half of 100. What is half of 100? Callie?
55.
55 is not half of 100. Art?
50.
50 is half of 100. So we've got our number line. We've got our midway point. I want you to find out and place the number 98. Where would 98 go on this number line? Go ahead and write it down your number line. Where did you put 98? Emma, where did you put 98?
2 spaces behind 1.
So was it here?
Yes.
Was it there? Now remember, this is now a distance of 50. That means you gotta fit 50 numbers in there. 98 is not gonna be this far back because that's so many numbers.
1 space.
Cole, where is 98 gonna go?
Right next to 100.
It's gonna be so close. Because remember, you have 50 numbers, 48 numbers all right there. So move your 98 very close to 100 if it's not already.
I'll put 98. 1 space away.
That's a problem you can solve. This time our number line is going, oops, I don't mean 1. I mean 0.
What?
0 to 50. Our number line is going 0 to 50. I like that I see Paxton is drawing pink line and pink line, tracing the already straight blue line.
0 to 50 in half a second. What? Oh, yeah, that's half a second.
How many total numbers will be on this number line? Julian? How many? 50. 50 total numbers are on this number line. In order to find the midway point, I need to cut that number in half. So that I have half the numbers on one side and half the numbers on the other side. What is half of 50? Addison? 25. Go ahead and place your midway point. Because on this side, you would have 25 numbers. And on this side, you would have 25 numbers. That's why 25 is the midway point.
You could also do this like 45. Honestly.